All right. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Isaac Fatmoy, and I am the program coordinator in the Kimmel Belonging and Engagement Hub here at SIUE. As the son of a Samoan father who immigrated to this country to pursue further degrees in higher education, it really warms my heart to see events under the AAPI and APIDA flag taking place on this campus. So thank you all so much for joining us here again as we celebrate the accomplishments of our exceptional graduates. Before we start our program, I do want to invite those graduates to join us. So if you are able and would like, I invite you to stand and support the graduates as they process in. Graduates, please come in and celebrate with us. Right. I appreciate you all inviting our graduates in. You may all be seated, and welcome, graduates. We are so happy to see all of your faces. As we begin our program, it's important to note that many units, groups, offices, and departments have helped the graduation celebration become what they are today. And it's important to acknowledge that effort and support. So thank you to the Office of the Vice Chancellor for Anti-Racism, Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion, the Office of the Vice Chancellor for Student Affairs for your continued supports. And I would also like to say thank you to the staff of the Kimmel Belonging and Engagement Hub, who are all working behind the scenes to make this event happen, to plan and implement the event today. So thank you all for your continued support of amazing events such as today's graduation celebration. I would also look to you students and say that we are honored that you have chosen to celebrate your accomplishments with us here today. You have endured and you have reached a pivotal moment, graduation. You have persisted, you have worked diligently, and we will be sure that you are recognized for your dedication. At this time, I'd like to direct your attention to our digital program booklets. If you're with us in person, then the first few pages of our digital program booklet are what you hold in your hand as our program for the ceremony. This includes a listing of our graduates, and a note on the bottom of that, or excuse me, on the back will include today's QR code. If you scan the QR code, you'll be able to access the full program booklet, which includes the graduates' pictures, biographical information, and messages to those who have been pivotal in their journey for graduation. For those who are unable to be with us today, either in person or viewing the live stream, graduates, you can be sure to direct your supporters to the same booklet listed on our website, the Kimmel Belonging and Engagement Hub Affinity Celebrations page, and remind them that they can view this event at any time on the channel where we are currently streaming, which is SIUE Kimmel Belonging and Engagement Hub on YouTube. So we're live streaming that now, and that'll also be recorded on our YouTube. While you are browsing through the program booklets, I do want to take a brief moment to recognize members of our senior leadership on campus here today. We're grateful to have their continued support at the Hub's programs, and especially during this week as we celebrate our graduates. So thank you to Dean Kevin Leonard from the College of Arts and Sciences, and then Miriam Rosia as well, the Vice Chancellor for Student Affairs. With that being said, I also want to thank you to members of our SIUE system leadership who also often attend and send their regards. With that being said, it's now my pleasure to welcome you to our 7th Asian Pacific Islander and Desi American graduation ceremony, which we celebrate semi-annually. So 2.5 years ago, we celebrated our inaugural CSDI, or Center for Students, Diversity, and Inclusion graduation ceremony. And that was before we changed our name to the Kimmel Belonging and Engagement Hub here on campus. The year we celebrated the CSDI graduation was the first celebration of this kind, where we honored those who had identities with multiple intersections that were perhaps not reflected in the affinity-based graduation celebrations previously. We created a general ceremony to honor and celebrate the contributions of all our historically underserved populations that have surpassed multiple hurdles to make it to this point. One pattern that we did recognize is that many of those who attended that celebration identified as Asian, Asian American, or Pacific Islander. And so we decided to adapt the CSDI graduation ceremony to celebrate this specific identity group. So while some institutions have celebrated events for AAPI communities since 1980s, there has been an increase in recognition for this population within the last few years, which includes that recognition on campus today. Additionally, there have been different ways that students have been included. You may hear me say AAPI, or Asian American. This is something abbreviated to APIDA, because there are many ways to include the many who identify in this group. So you will hear me use these terms interchangeably today, as we know it is imperative to include all those who have lineage as AAPI and APIDA. I would also like to note that you may hear us transition, yet again, throughout the years to come to another acronym, AANHPI, which is Asian American and Native Hawaiian Pacific Islander. This is the move the United States is making in terms of recognizing our community more thoroughly. So you may hear AANHPI as well in the near future. Additionally, graduation celebrations such as these have often followed the creation of Asian studies programs, the creation of AAPI or APIDA student organizations, or an influx of AAPI or APIDA students being admitted to institutions and graduating at institutions. Here, we recognize there was a population showing itself at programs and events that needed to be recognized. So thank you, graduates, for showing yourself here today and allowing us to see you and to recognize you. At this time, I would like to introduce today's keynote speaker, Dr. Singh. Dr. Singh is an assistant business analytics and project management professor at Southern Illinois University, Edwardsville. Earlier, he worked as an assistant professor at the University of Waikato, New Zealand, and as a data center architect at Wipro Technologies, where he commissioned technology transformation projects worth 50 million US dollars in the US, UK, and Germany. The project he managed for the Veridian Group in the United Kingdom received IT Initiative of the Year in the UK Utility Awards 2012, and after his corporate career, he completed his PhD at the University of Pittsburgh in 2020. His research interests include technology innovation and management, information and communication technology for development, and information security and privacy. He travels across the world's poorest regions to investigate the effects of information technology on the people living at the base of the economic period. He has published articles in top journals like the Journal of Operations Management and Strategic Information Systems and the British Accounting Review. His research has been presented at leading conferences, including ICIS, Informs, the Academy of Management, and the Conference on Artificial Intelligence, Machine Learning, and Business Analytics. He received various research grants and awards, including the Informs Best Working Paper Runner-Up Award of 2019 and the Rocky Poo's Outstanding Summer Scholarship Award. His core teaching areas include business analytics, artificial intelligence, project management, and technology governance. He was nominated for the Best Teaching Award in 2019 through 2021 at the University of Waikato. In his current role, he is actively engaged in governance bodies developing courses in agile project management, business analytics, and artificial intelligence. He also holds advisory positions in project management and business analytics advisory boards. Dr. Singh's published works include sourcing knowledge in open source software projects, the impacts of internal and external social capital on project success, innovation in complex assembled electronic products, and analysis of the evolution of television components, and dynamics of carbon risk, cost of debts, and leverage adjustments. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Singh to the stage.
Thank you, Isaac, for such a nice introduction. Good afternoon to all of you, distinguished guests, faculty, proud family members, and most importantly, the graduating class of 2024. It is a true honor to stand before you today and speak at this remarkable milestone. Graduation is a moment of celebration, achievement, and reflection. As you step into the new world beyond these walls, I want to share a few thoughts, lessons, and experiences from my own journey. Perhaps you will find them helpful, inspiring, and even just a little thought-provoking. So here are my 9 life lessons which I learned throughout my career. Starting with first, it's not where you start, it's what you do with your star that makes all the difference. You see, life is rarely a straight path. It is more of a winding road with twists and turns, unexpected detours, and challenges we didn't anticipate. I was born in a remote village in India, on a bullock cart, in the midst of forest on a chilly morning. My village had no electricity, no modern conveniences, and a daily life that might seem unrecognizable to most of you here today. But that is where I started. At that time, few could have imagined that a child born in those humble circumstances would one day stand before an audience like this, delivering a speech at an institution as prestigious as this. But life, dear friends, life isn't defined by the place where it begins. It is defined by the choices you make and the dreams you follow, and the resilience you build along the way. Your potential is not tied to your beginnings. It is tied to your actions, your mindset, and your willingness to learn, grow, and adapt. So, whether you come from a small town or a big city, from wealth or from struggle, Your journey is yours to define. Take pride in where you come from, but more importantly, focus on where you are going and what you are going to make of yourself. Lesson number two, make change your friend. Throughout my life, change has been a constant companion. My father served in Indian Air Force, which meant we moved frequently, often changing houses and cities. I attended school in 5 different cities across India, changing homes at least 15 times. I will admit, at first, I was apprehensive about all these changes, about new school, new people, and new challenges. But over time, I came to realize that change does not have need to be feared. It can be embraced. Don't fight change. Make it your friend. Every change, every move brought with new lessons, new perspectives, and new opportunities. Whether it was adapting to new environment or building new friendships, and open-minded. So as you stand on the threshold of the future, remember that change will come. How you respond to it will define your journey. Learn to adapt, learn to grow, and make change a catalyst of your growth. Lesson number three, slowing down is sometimes good. After completing my undergraduate degree, I made a decision to take a gap year before pursuing further studies. During that year, I focused on preparing for graduate school. In today's fast paced world, it's easy to fall into the trap of always rushing to the next milestone. But sometimes slowing down, take a step back can be incredibly valuable. It's during these moments of pause that we gain clarity. It's during moments of reflection that we discover what truly matters. Trust that moments you take to recharge, reflect, and refocus will serve you better in long run. It's not always about the speed of your progress. It's about the quality and direction of growth. Lesson number four, don't limit yourself to artificial constraints. As I moved into my corporate career, I found that one of the best ways to expand my horizons is to say yes to every opportunity that came my way. As a data center architect, I was fortunate to travel to 10 countries during my corporate career. These experiences broadened my worldview, exposed me to different cultures, and to true and let me help me understand the true value of diversity. There will always be reasons to hold back, reasons based on fear, convenience, or perceived limitations. But I encourage you to push past those artificial constraints. Don't limit yourself, but encourage you to push those artificial constraints and rise to the opportunity and challenges. Step out of your comfort zone and say yes. It may be scary at first, but rewards, personal, professional, and intellectual, will far outweigh any risk you will take. Lesson number five, never stop learning. After transitioning from my corporate world, I decided to pursue my PhD at the University of Pittsburgh. It was not an easy journey. It was a long and challenging journey that took me 5.5 years, but it was also one of the most rewarding experiences of my life. Along the way, I learned that the pursuit of knowledge is a lifelong journey. As Warren Buffett, one of the greatest wealth creators of our times, said, the greatest investment a young person can make is in their own education, in their own mind, because money come and goes, relationships come and go, but what you learn once stays with you forever. In Sanskrit, a language coming from India, there is a shlok that echoes this wisdom. Na chauraharyam, na cha rajyaharyam, na bhatrabhajyam, na cha bharakari. Ve krite vardate eva nityam, vidyadanam sarvadhan pradhanam. Which means the wealth of knowledge is indeed the supreme among all signs of wealth, as it is not stealable by thief, also not snatchable by king, not divisible among the brothers, nor is it a burden, and if spent wisely, it always increases. Never stop learning. Seek out adventures, challenges, and experiences that will stretch your mind and heart. The world is full of things to discover, and you are never too old or too experienced to stop learning. Lesson number 6: seize new experiences and embrace new cultures. After completing my PhD, I took my first academic job as a lecturer in New Zealand. Many people questioned why I would move to a country with a lower salary, but I saw it as an opportunity to embrace new experiences, learn about new culture, and enjoy the beautiful subtropical weather and star-filled skies. In New Zealand, I learned a new language, Maori language, immersed myself into their culture, and made lifelong friends. And as an added bonus, I became a permanent resident of that country. It was a decision that defied conventional wisdom, but it taught me something valuable. No effort, no matter how small, ever goes to waste. Life has a way of rewarding those who are willing to step into the unknown. Lesson number 7, and I think the most important lesson here from me, is the power of compounding. Start early. One of the most important lessons I learned in my life is the power of compounding, not just the wealth, but in every aspect of your life. I started earning late, only after completing my PhD, but I was disciplined. I understood the power of time. Many great investors often speak about power of compounding wealth. It's like planting a tree. You may not see immediate results, but as time passes, your effort starts to bear fruit. For example, if you had invested $1,000 every month into an S&P 500 index fund 20 years ago, by the beginning of 2024, you would have accumulated over $1 million. If you are in your early 20s, think about where you want to be in 20 years when when you are my age. Time is your biggest asset, and the sooner you start, the more you will benefit in the long run. But remember, slow and steady wins the race. Lesson number 8: nurture hobbies and give back to society. A key to a fulfilling life is nurturing hobbies. In today's hyper competitive world, it's easy to focus solely on work and success. But hobbies are what keep life interesting, vibrant, and meaningful. Whether it is gardening, playing sports, bring you joy, a sense of purpose, and balance. During the COVID-19 lockdown, my vegetable garden became my sanctuary. It kept me grounded and gave me a sense of connection to the earth. Some hobbies might even lead to a new income stream, help the environment, or bring joy to others. But I assure you, no hobby ever goes to waste. My final lesson: life is short, be happy. Lastly, I want to leave you with this message: life is fragile. Earlier this year, I was diagnosed with benign brain tumor, about the size of a golf ball. I underwent surgery and I spent 12 hours under anesthesia. I lost my hearing in 1 year, and the experience reminded me of a truth I often take for granted. The most important thing in life is to be happy. You never know what tomorrow may bring. So don't on to grudges. Don't waste time on regrets. When you are happy, you spread joy to others. In a world that can often seem overwhelming, focus on what matters: the moments of joy, love, and peace. Most of the things you worry about now will seem trivial in few years. Life is too short to spend worrying. Be happy, embrace journey, and live fully. As you embark to the next chapter of your life, remember that your journey will be unique and it will not always be easy. There will be ups and downs, triumphs and failures. But if you stay true to yourself, keep learning, embrace change, and nurture the things that bring you joy, you will create a life filled with meaning and fulfillment. Congratulations to class of 2024. Your future is bright. I can't wait to see where your paths take you. Thank you.
Thank you again, Dr. Singh. We greatly appreciate your presence and your message here today. So momentarily, we're going to ask our graduates to stand by row and proceed to the side of the stage. You'll receive your cord, and you'll be able to pick up your certificate at the end of the ceremony where you checked in. As you cross the stage, our campus photographer, Howard, will be taking your picture. Feel free to pose as you would like. There's also a camera at the end of the stage that is video streaming, so feel free to send a little wave to that camera's direction if you would like to. We will then ask you to proceed back to your seats and wait for other graduates in your row to be seated. Yes, as we read the name of the graduates and they cross the stage, we will also be sharing a PowerPoint with each graduate's name. Those of you here are more than welcome to cheer, come close to the stage, take your own pictures as the graduates cross the stage. Once the names of all the graduates are shared, we will ask that everyone in attendance make all the cheers, claps, and extraordinary celebration sounds you would like all at once. And once we are all cheered up, we will carry on with our ceremony. Graduates, as your name is called, please know that we see you, we honor you, and we celebrate you. As mentioned, you will be receiving your cord as you cross the stage. We hope all graduates will wear this cord proudly during your respective commencement exercises. We will now begin recognizing our students. So at this time, we ask our graduates to stand as directed and proceed to the podium on the side of the stage. Gautam Anaji, Bachelor of Science, major, Computer Science. Rosie Gugwe, Bachelor of Science, Criminal Justice Studies. Lauren Fan, Bachelor of Science, major Chemistry, concentration ACS Certified Biochemistry with a minor in Forensic Sciences. Chen Yuang Zhao, Bachelor of Science, major in Mechatronics and Robotics Engineering with a minor in Mathematical Studies. Jackson Zawitsky, Bachelor of Science, Mechatronics and Robotics Engineering with a minor in Mathematics. Zara Fata, Master of Science, major in Mathematics, concentration Statistics and Operations Research with a post-baccalaureate in Data Science. Sagar Kalani, Master of Science with a major in Mathematics, a specialization in Statistics and Operations Research with a post-baccalaureate in Data Science. Suveska Narala, Master of Science with a major in Mechanical Engineering. Kevan Shariat, Master of Science with a major in Industrial Engineering. Shreyans Shrestha, Master of Science with a major in Civil Engineering and specialization in Structural Engineering. At this moment, we ask everyone to make some noise for our graduates. Let's celebrate together. So thank you all for your participation, and again, congratulations to all of our graduates today. Graduates, as you go out into the world and make your mark, remember that you are a proud SIUE Cougar and that you leave a legacy here on this campus and in the hearts of those you encountered while a student here. As we mentioned earlier, graduates were able to submit messages of thanks to faculties, staff, mentors, friends, and family who have been love and care of all those around each student to encourage them to complete their degree and make it to graduations. So the messages that you graduates shared to those who are members of your care team are included in the program booklet mentioned earlier in this program. However, we also want to honor those of you here today who have supported these students. So please join me in a celebratory moment thanking these individuals for their support, direct and indirect contributions to our SIUE student success here. At this time, we will have closing remarks from one of your peers, Chenyuang Zhao. Chenyuang is originally from Nanjing, China. He came to SIUE in 2023 as an exchange student and is now graduating with a Bachelor of Science in Mechatronics and Robotics Engineering. During his time here, he worked on a senior design project sponsored by Ameren, where his team developed an advanced substation inspection system integrating Boston Dynamics SPOT and Lycia's BLK ARC. He helped organize cultural events such as the Mid-Autumn Festival Gala and Lunar New Year's celebration, fostering a sense of community among international students and sharing Chinese traditions with the SIUE campus. He's excited to continue his journey as a graduate student in SIUE's Mechanical Engineering program in the fall of 2025. Please join me in welcoming today's student speaker, Chenyuang Zhao.
Good evening, esteemed faculty, honored guests, cherished family and friends, and most important is all my fellow graduates. Tonight, we gather together to celebrate the remarkable achievement of the class of 2024 at the AIPI and APIDA graduation celebration. This event is more than just a recognition of academic milestones. It is a tribute to the diversity and cultural richness and define our community. As an international student from Nanjing, China, my majority at Southern Illinois University of Edwardsville has been an unforgettable experience of growth, connection, and discovery. One of the aspects I treasure most about my time here in the SAUE dedication and to the inclusivity and its celebration to the global cultures. From the lively dragon dance performance during the Lunar New Year to the experience of making the mooncakes together for the Mid-Autumn Festival, SAUE has proved the opportunity for the cultural exchange to go beyond the classroom. These events will not only celebration of the Chinese traditional, but also moments of the unities where the students and faculty from all backgrounds come together to learn, share, and connect. Teaching my peers how to shape the moon cake and witnessing the exciting moment during the dragon dance remind me of the power of the culture bring people closer. This event has allowed me to share the tradition of my homeland while experiencing the beauty of the SAUE diverse community. It is through this moment that I can come to understand our difference, what make us strong together. In the academic day, one of my highlight of my January was to participating in the senior design project, which sponsored by the Ameren. It's collaborating with an amazing team. It's also include our Jackson, right? And we combine the Boston Dynamics Spot and the BLK ARC to create a very advanced system which can measure the voltage. This project enhanced not only my technical skills, but also my ability to work in the diverse, multiple disciplinary elements. I'm deeply grateful to Aaron and also my teammates to support us, which made the experience possible and prepare me for the change ahead. And look forward, I'm so excited to continue my academic journey in the ICU's Mechanical Engineering Graduate Program in the fall 2025. The next step reflects not only my appreciation as the engineer, but also my desire to building the solution that bridge culture and created a meaningful impact in the world. To my fellow graduates, tonight is a celebration to our achievements. So, but it's also a recognition of the communities and they have the support us along the way. For AAPI and APDI students, our story are filled with the resilience, pride, and the determination to honor the space to, of those who come before us. Let's carry forward the lessons we have learned here, the collaboration, understanding, and the cultural appreciation are the key to building the bridge for future. In closing, I want to leave you with a line from the Chinese poem that inspired me during the January. It's called 莫愁前路无知己，天下谁人不识君. It reminds us not to fear the unknown future, for friends and the connection are with us wherever we go. I very like the one word in this poem. It's called 莫愁. It means don't worry. Don't worry the future. Don't worry the challenges. Please remember, at SIUE, we have been empowered to the own tomorrow to face the future with the confidence, curiosity, and the belief that we can shape it. Congratulations, class of 2020. Make our mark on the world. Thank you, and here's a future of endless possibilities.
Thank you so much, Chen Wang, for sharing your inspirational words for us today. And thank you one more time to all of you who have joined us here today at the AAPI APIDA graduation ceremony. Thank you once more to our senior leadership for attending, our speakers for offering insight and inspiration for our students, and most of all, thank you students for participating and for dedicating yourselves to your education so you could be here at the finish line. Most importantly, thank you for all that you have done here at this institution and the lasting impression that you leave on this institution. We are very excited for the bright futures ahead for each and every one of you. Quick announcement as you leave. Graduates, please remember to stop by the certificate table and pick up your certificates on your way out at the same table that you all checked in at. Graduates, we also ask if you could stick around momentarily so we could get a group photograph with our photographer. All of our other attendees, you are welcome to get all the pictures you would like at the SIUE background and here on stage as you would like when we conclude. We also ask that you join us at our reception next door with refreshments and food. And with that being said, a final congratulations on your success, graduates. Go out into the world, be yourself, and be great. Thank you everyone for coming and enjoy your evening today.